Here we are back, and it's about time I had a go at this X Games thing. Yes, as I'm sure you're all perfectly aware, the X Games Samban event is long underway. It's been on for about a week at this point. Seems like the audience is pretty into it. Reaction seems to be positive overall. So I figure I'd have a look at it, see if I can skate it in a unique way, and kind of give a different perspective on things. So the first thing that's piqued my interest is this double rail. It's kind of nice. Okay, we really got to do that, but maybe with a no pop in between. I don't know if it'll work. Seems like there's not really a huge amount of space. Yeah, if we get a pop, it's plenty. It's just timing it right. Seeing if we can get it to work. I think we can get it, you know. Just need a bit of a bigger run up, from what I can tell. Having enough speed. Okay. I'm curious what the audience that watches my channel thinks of this event and skate as a whole recently. It seems like the overall vibe is pretty positive. I know, well, much like any game, it's got its own quirks and issues. But at least for now, there's something remotely interesting to play along with. So I'll take advantage of it while it's here, because I'm guessing all this stuff is going to be gone at some point. It's one of the disadvantages. Being a sponsored event, presumably there's a contract behind all this. So it just won't be available forever, unless they remove the logos. But then again, the park designs are also based on the real thing. So I would find it highly unlikely that this will stay around forever. That was gross. Nice, off to a pretty good start, I think. Nice. So at first glance, this looks, I don't know, pretty par for the course. But the more you try and like combine things together, try different angles, don't just look at it straight on. If you got this, you can go right, you can go left. Actually, thinking about it, from this red rail, we could go left to this darker rail as well. Plenty of YouTubers are covering the hell out of this game. So I may as well try and provide something a bit different at the very least. I don't know if we're going to be able to go across enough for this. Should maybe grind on this side to help myself out. For whatever reason, I don't think we can make this one. Maybe a bit of a shame. Oh man, that was pretty good. Kind of fun as well. Avoiding the grind. Just getting straight into the middle of it. Because you will find the game tries to lock you in pretty easy. Little Manny as well. Oh, keep going. It was worth a try. Probably easier to pump. Hope we hit the rail. Probably don't even need the kick. I still haven't managed to pull it off clean yet. Actually, yeah, it should be okay. Just getting this grind leveled up. Nice. That reminds me, apparently pot plants have been fixed or changed. I don't know what was necessarily wrong with them in the first place, because I didn't really use them all that often. And I keep conveniently flying right over. Maybe need to adjust things a little bit to get the speed right. Okay. Not sure how we explain that one. Yeah, for some reason the pop is massive. Not sure why. Another thing I was curious about actually was maybe trying to float over onto a stall here on this rail. I don't know if the game actually allows you to do that. I guess you got to be really close because he doesn't really move to the side very often, or to a huge amount. It's okay to pop out like that. If you're going sideways, you can definitely feel he's resisting a little bit. Yeah, like, I feel like I should be moving more, but the game's stopping me. It's trying to keep me within like, the flat area. See how exaggerated we can do that, and if it will still keep me in. Okay, then it just throws me over, so maybe that's a bit hard to do. Maybe move on. Kind of want to keep this snappy. It's been a little bit since I did a video. Took a little bit of time off, about a week or so. I figure, unless I can think of something else, I will maybe go into the park itself. Nice. Alright, so we have arrived. I think the spot battles seem to be a very popular thing. I can't actually say I've done one. There is shit everywhere. I kind of block them out for now, because there's a lot of like troll stuff everywhere. And I just kind of want to do my own thing, not have too much stuff in the way. But yeah, the spot battles, I don't know, it's not really my sort of thing. I don't really care about competing with other people. Just kind of want to focus on being creative. Also, the spot battles, there's a lot of glitches and things being used to win. So if you care about that sort of thing, you kind of got to play with the meta, whatever is popular, or to make sure your score is as high as possible. Which is, I don't know. I know some people have complained about it, but at the same time, whatever you do, no matter what they patch, people are going to find another bug or another thing to like maximize score, which you're going to have to follow. So there's never really an end to it. Same with any game. People will create a meta and it'll be very tedious, which is part of the reason why I don't really like a lot of multiplayer stuff. Or you could just do it anyway and not care about your rank, which is probably the smarter way to do it. In that case, I could just free skate as well and do what I want. The other thing is just literally the amount of crap everywhere. Okay, that's one thing that I do want to play with. This little war ride is really fun. Actually, not a lot of people seem to utilize it. Even just simple things like that feel pretty good. Can we flip into it? I do hope they kind of work on war rides a little bit. Because at least for like doing techie stuff, they're pretty fundamental, I would say. Like having it work well. Yeah, stuff like that feels really good, if you get it to work right. I'm just aware that it's going to be hard to see what I'm doing sometimes when there's so many people just sort of getting in the way. Well, it's a good sign for the game, because it means it's popular, but, you know. It's kind of like a 540 almost. Do the quick spin and then twist with the right stick as well. There's not really many walls like this in the map so much. It was like a 720. Probably do something pretty interesting with that. Another thing was like blasting out here. One thing I really need to work on is lip tricks. I still don't quite fully understand how to hit those every time, especially with flip tricks within them. So if I wanted to blunt this, I feel like I slide down sometimes. Do you do the flip input at the very top, or do you do it halfway down? It seems to work both ways. So I'm not sure like what the most consistent method is for that. Yeah, I can get it. It's just not every time. It feels like sometimes it's trying to lock in, but I slide down in front of it. And then other times I'm doing that, and it's treating it as if... Ah, yeah, that's the other way that I mentioned, where you like don't go far enough and you slide down early. So if you have any advice for that sort of thing, do let me know. Or if there's any tutorials on it. Because I never fully figured it out. I'd really like to just pop up and do like a kickflip blunt or something like that. I'm just not very successful with it. As far as I know, it's just holding up on the left stick, right? Simple things like that just feel good as well. Doesn't necessarily have to be hugely complicated. And this area is just really nice as a thing to kind of chill out to, I think. Just going backwards and forwards. I'm guessing this is the most popular part of the park. There's a bunch of different ways you can kind of link it all together. It feels pretty good. Yeah, we've got to play around with that bit of it some more, I think. Is there any way to fully disable other people's, like, objects? Or is it just this kind of, like, haze thing? 'Cause it is a bit off-putting, if I'm being honest. Oh, nice. I do wish the popping out of Lip Tricks was cleaner as well. I guess there's not much we could do about that right now. Yeah, you can kind of see where the game freaks out a bit there, because it doesn't know which angle to tie me to. I kind of want to pop straight and get on the coping like directly in front of me, not this one to the side. But I can't seem to get it. It keeps wanting to pull me to the left. Still, finding some interesting ways to skate this little area. I was thinking we get over the wall, then onto the coping in a grind. Again, it's one of those that I'm not sure if the game will cooperate or not. There's another thing that I've not really seen anybody try. Wallies as well, maybe a bit temperamental. Oh, we got straight in, so I guess that's one thing. Okay, it helped if we approached it from this side. So that's kind of nice. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting a front flip. They look pretty good. Yeah, there's just something relaxing about going backwards and forwards. Part of me kind of wishes it was a little bit quieter, both in terms of the audio and the number of players. Oh well. Fashion of the day goes to this person right here. It's kind of like a primary school art teacher on drugs, maybe. Okay, so you can get around that as well. Well, keep hitting the wall, but I'm not going to complain. So one more thing I found. To be honest, like when it comes to this park area, it's maybe less of my thing. But this camera is sticking out in kind of an interesting angle, so we could probably get a grind or stall on it and go into the bowl somehow. Okay, maybe a bit challenging. Okay, it worked. Nice. Nice. I'll be honest, when it comes to parks, it's usually a bit harder for me to do my sort of thing, because they tend to be more, I guess, logical in their layout. Street tends to be a bit more random, and those random elements kind of add up to some interesting shapes and ways to attack things. Yeah, it's maybe a bit more formulaic, but you can kind of take advantage of the environment or just the weird angles to get some stuff as well. So overall, not too bad. So overall, colour me impressed with this setup. I just wish they had a way to make this a bit more permanent, because you know it's not going to be as easy as they leave it open for the rest of the time. It's just, I don't see it happening. Or at least they'd make you pay for that privilege. I suppose that's one thing. They could have a thing with the X Games where it can remain, but you've got to pay to access it in some way, either by having a pass or something else. That's if they even bother to do that. Make it a one-time thing, kind of gives you that FOMO to get you in the game. And by being in the game, you're more inclined to spend money. It is all kind of a trap. That's just the mindset they have when it comes to these sort of business models. Some people tend to be quite optimistic. I don't know, the reality is it's EA. They don't really have your best interests to heart. Or they will, as long as you're willing to pay for it. So that's something to bear in mind. Maybe take advantage of this while it's there. But yeah, that's been a quick look at the X Games in Skate. I can definitely do another video on this. See if I can push things a bit further. I'd like to be able to. If I come up with anything interesting, I probably will just make a video anyway, but I've got some Street Dog to do. It was actually a new BMX Streets map. A paid one, unfortunately, which I was kind of curious about. It was like a bunch of different spots put together, which looked pretty cool. Like real world spots. It's kind of a mash. I don't know if it'd be a bit of a mess of a map. The only problem is you've got to pay to find out, so I don't know. I'll see what I'll do on that one. Yeah, plenty to keep us going. I'm back in business again after a bit of a break, so plenty more to come. And on that note, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.